This is Tyrese Halliburton, and you're listening to Setting the Pace.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode here of your go-to Pacers podcast, Setting the Pace. I'm your host, Alex Golden, and I am doing a giveaway for opening night tickets to Pacers Thunder. And if you did not enter, you missed out. If you're not following me on Twitter at AlexGoldenNBA, do so because I do giveaways all the time. And for the schedule release, I decided, you know what? I'm going to do opening night ticket giveaway. And somebody reached out to me from Smashburger Indy and said, you know what? We want to join you on this giveaway of tickets. We want to give a $40 gift card to the winner to come check out our restaurant. So you're going to get an option for dinner, and you're going to get tickets to the game. So it's going to be really exciting. Now, we had over 200 people enter the contest by all they had to do was follow me, retweet the tweet, and then leave a comment why I should pick them, okay? Every single person that did all three things got entered into the contest. If you did one of the three, you didn't make it. So if you retweeted but didn't comment, sorry, you're not in the contest. If you retweeted but didn't follow me, then you're not in the contest. So you have to do all three things, but we still had at least 205 names, maybe even more than that. So I'm excited because this wheel that I've got all these names in is just spinning in circle right now, waiting for me to pick a lucky winner. Now, to make it more fun, and because it's a contest, I like doing things like this, I'm not going to just do the person that gets picked first on the first spin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go from 205 down to 8. And the reason I'm going to 8 names is because some are calling this game 8 of Pacers Thunder. Some are calling it game 1 of 82, but you can call it both. But I think a lot of people are excited to see what could happen here after the Pacers' last series they just played went 7 games against OKC. So we're going to pick 8 finalists. And then from that, I'm going to spin it one more time. And whoever wins out of those 8 will win the tickets. So let's go ahead and get to that spin. I'll be right back and tell you the results. All right, everybody, we are back. And my goodness, that was an exciting adventure to see who was going to be in the top 8. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal the top 8 names. We've got number 1, Juice Wayne. We got Big A, Benedict Matherham, Chandler, who was our fan of the week last week, Christian Beecham, the Tortured Pacers Fan Department, clever username there, Julie, a.k.a. Indy Jules, and then CP Morgan as well. So that is your final 8. I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel and see who our winner is for the grand prize of 2 tickets to the opening night and a $40 gift card to Smashburger Indy.
Go, Quinn! Go, Quinn! Go! 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 Hey!
And ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner, and the winner of our contest is CP Morgan. Congratulations to CP on winning this. If you've seen any of her tweets, they have been very hilarious about Miles Turner, number 3 for the Bucks, and the grass not being greener in Milwaukee. So with that being said, if you are listening to this podcast, please make sure you email me at AlexGoldenNBACP to get your prize, and I will send that over to you. Especially as we get closer to game day, I'll make sure I get those tickets sent over your way. So anyway, without further ado, we've got our Fan of the Week episode coming up next. And a longtime listener of the show and a big-time fan, Rooster, is going to be joining me. And we actually talked for a very long time about a lot of different things. So a little bit of a lengthy episode. Hopefully you guys will tune in and hear what we have to say. But if not, it's we appreciate you guys stopping by to hear the results of the ticket giveaway, and I want to thank everybody for participating in that. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with that conversation with myself and Rooster. Alrighty, Pacer Nation, joining us now is our fan of the week, and we're going to be having a fun conversation about some things Pacers. But first and foremost, he told me before we got on that I absolutely have the greatest background on Setting the Pace history on YouTube, because it is a St. Louis Cardinals background with a beautiful arch. Got the Cardinals hat on. It's our good friend Rooster. Rooster, cockadoodle dude, what's up, man? How are you?
Oh, my eyes are burning. The sight of all that Cardinals gear has got me. Ooh, it's rough.
It's rough? I don't know.
It's so rough.
You told me you were recently at a Savannah Bananas game.
Yeah.
And you had the privilege of sitting by a Cardinals fan.
Well, one man's privilege is another man's nightmare.
That's very true. So, well, anyway, we are here to talk about the Pacers, but we do have a Cardinals background. So for all of my non-Cardinals fans in the comment section below on YouTube, hello, thank you. Hopefully you noticed this. 11-time world champion St. Louis Cardinals. How many world championships do the Cubs have?
Are we going to go into this? Are you a Bucks fan too?
I'm asking a question.
The Bucks have two rings, but Pacers don't have any. So we're going to talk about the Bucks.
Well, that's got nothing to do with what we're talking about. None of us are Bucks fans.
Yeah, that's fair. I have at least seen the Cubs win a ring in my lifetime, I guess.
Yeah, I've seen the Cardinals win a ring in my lifetime.
I know. No, I'm not saying.
How many championships do the Cubs actually have, though?
Well, 2016, 1908, and I don't remember any of them before that.
You remember the one from 1908, though?
Yep. Okay. Fond memories.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about the NBA titleist Pacers, but the 3-time NBA championship Pacers. And Rooster is one of those guys that has incredible comps when it comes to players, and it feels like they're way out there. Like last couple of years, he's been comparing Ben Shepherd to Klay Thompson, and then just last week, he said, I wonder if Jay Huff can be the next Jermaine O'Neal. So can you take us behind the craziness and the extremes of these comparisons?
I think we have different definitions of the word comparison, because when I say Ben Shepherd is Klay Thompson-esque, that doesn't mean he's Klay Thompson. It means he's got some of Klay Thompson in him. And when I said that, what I meant was the defense, the running without the ball, the screen navigation, and I feel like all of that stuff has lived up. Of course, the shooting has been a little spotty, but I still think he will get that in line and perform. So the J Huff and J.O., again, J Huff is 27, J.O. was 20. I mean, they're not on the same trajectory, but it's more about changing situations. I mean, this team and this staff has done it with Jalen Smith. They've done it with Aaron Nesmith. They've done it with, Tyrese went from really good to great. They've done it before. Obi Toppin, of course, it's the Knicks. They don't know what they're doing. So,
yeah. Well, I would say if you would say like he's Klay Thompson-esque, that would make a little bit more sense in what you're saying. But you've called him the next Klay Thompson before.
Well, that's fair. Did you look that up on my?
No, I just remember you saying that because you comment on our post all the time, and it was I think Ben Shepherd can be the next Klay Thompson. I feel like you said the same thing about Chris Duarte.
I really thought Chris Duarte had it, and that 27 points in his first game.
That was fool's gold right there.
Yeah, that definitely got it. But.
So I guess, do you have any other comps that you haven't brought to the table yet that you'd like to unveil today on Setting the Pace?
Well, it's ironic, and I've said this before. It's ironic because, not new, but I don't know how often I've said it or if anyone's noticed it. But when we drafted Jarris, I really thought Jarris could have a little bit of Draymond Green in him.
Oh, yeah.
But without the being a jerk.
Yeah.
I thought he had the defense. I thought he had the passing ability. But he hasn't put it together, but he's going to this year, of course. But yeah, it's ironic that I think that because I was listening to, I want to say it might have been the redraft of the 2022 class with Bontemps and McMahon and Wendy, and it's like no one can ever say there's a Draymond-esque player again. And I thought, well, luckily I said it a few years ago, so I'm off the hook now.
Yeah, no, it makes sense because Jarris has some tendencies of Draymond, but I don't know if I see the comp all the way. I guess parts of it I do. But I feel like you could kind of make comps for anybody if you're just going has shades of this, because you could say that Isaiah Jackson has shades of Ben Wallace, and it doesn't really mean that much. You know what I mean? Oh
yeah. You can compare any two players. Miles Turner could be,
who?
That one guy, that
number 3 on the Bucks,
artist formerly known as number 33. Yeah, that guy.
We don't mention him
Well,
by name on this podcast.
well, I just mean him because like there were so many comparisons to other players, and then now he's the fill-in for Brooke Lopez. So
right.
it is what it is. But
So
Ben
you're basically
Shepherd.
saying, are you saying number 3 for Milwaukee is Ben or Brooke Lopez light?
I didn't say it. Bucks fans think he's Nikola Jokic 2.0 all of a sudden, but
Yeah. Well, what series were they watching against the Pacers?
yeah, the same series. The delusional. We're 4-1 against them in the regular season. The regular season doesn't matter. But then last year they beat us in the regular season. All of a sudden, it's pretty important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the Pacers can't beat us in the playoffs. What's the all-time series record between the Pacers and the Bucks? Anyone? We'll wait while the Bucks fans pause and look that up and cry.
I don't think they've won a series against the Pacers if that's the history.
Yeah, and like 0-6 or something. I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
You'll be looking it up at the Bucks fans, but you won't be crying. You'll be laughing.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
Yeah, I mean, so it does obviously add to the rivalry. Is that the game you're most excited about? Is that return game for number 3?
Yeah, probably. I mean,
It should
if he wouldn't have left and gone there, it still might have been. I can't believe the Bucks and Pacers didn't make rivalry week. I mean, what are the people at the NBA scheduling office doing?
I don't know if they really pay attention to what's going on. I mean, I think Bucks Pacers would be a great rivalry week game. Instead, both of them will play OKC during rivalry week because we've all known about that long-standing rivalry between OKC and the.
Oh, you have no idea. Alex Caruso and TJ McConnell, who's the best white boy?
Yeah,
we know.
The white boy.
Yeah, exactly.
The one that can play defense without fouling.
Look, I can't talk crap about Alex Caruso. I love him, but
did Facci win the draft because he drafted him?
No, I think if I recall, didn't you win the draft?
Well, that was the fan favorite draft. I'm talking about the Alex draft that we did with Tony East.
Yeah, that's the one. Didn't you win the Alex draft?
Well, we didn't determine a winner.
Oh, I forget who all. I mean, didn't Facci get Alexander the Great?
He did.
That's just kind of a given.
Alex English, Alex Caruso, Lex Luthor, Alex Trebek. He had a pretty nice group.
Yeah, Trebek. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it was his first pick. We gave him the first pick in the draft. He did get Alexander the Great with the last pick, though, so that's pretty good. Last pick.
Yep.
So anyway, who cares? I know the Indy Pacers probably just shaking in their boots because we're talking about the Alex draft on this podcast. But But anything else that you want to talk player comp wise?
I don't know that this would be player comp. I find it's something I have found ironic now for a couple of seasons, and I don't know if I've ever brought it up, but if you think back to when Jarris and Shep were drafted, I wanted both of them. I had heard a lot of draft talk about Shepard and what he was, and I'd heard a lot of talk about Jarris over Taylor Hendricks or Taylor Hendricks over Jarris, and I was actually team Hendricks at first, but then I became Jarris, and I wanted Shep pretty bad. And I think it's ironic that coming in, we were told Shepard is this just excellent shooter, and Jarris isn't a very good shooter, but he's a defensive juggernaut. And now here we are 2 years later. I mean, Shep has defended well most of the time, and Jarris is shooting lights out. So it's just weird how those have kind of flip-flopped. But this year, put it together for both of them, and a little more development from Matherin and Nembhard and all of them. There's a big vacuum to be filled with Tyrese and Miles gone. So
right, number 3 from the Bucks.
I know. Yeah, I didn't even realize what his number was with the Bucks, because every time I see it, it brings upon the same feeling is that Cardinals background I'm staring at right now.
Well, I'm staring at this nasty jersey behind you to the right of your shoulder. Other way.
That's the 33.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my sons. I can't tell them to get rid of them. And plus, I think that one's autographed. So
We can rearrange it.
yeah, it might have to go into storage. Hey, wait. I got this.
Okay, so while Rooster's doing this, this is for audio listeners only. He has gotten up off of the bed, and he is replacing the Miles Turner jersey with the beautiful Pascal Siakam jersey. And I just have to understand, like, as a father and as a parent, how are you allowing your child to not hang up a Pascal Siakam jersey on his wall?
Well, it was hung up on that wall. See,
Oh, so the wall we can't see.
I'm just rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic.
Oh, there we go. It's ready to crash.
No, we're not crashing.
Yeah, well, this is a great way to transition here now, and I want to talk to you because you said you wanted to talk about all the Pacers podcasters that are out there. So,
well, the podcasters and the we're coming off of a finals run where we were subjected to Doris Burke and Perkins and Screaming A. Smith, and the personalities got a little nauseating, but just the fact that the Pacers have got such a great assortment of people. It's not one group, it's not one guy and one person on TV, but between you and Facci, and I gonna go ahead and mention a few other names, even though we're on your show. But
all right,
Tony, Caitlin. I mean, is anyone better than Caitlin at highlighting the on court mechanics of it?
No one in this space is even coming close to what she does. And
with any team, with
any team. I'm talking like in the space of just covering basketball. Period. Like she's one of one. And
when Rick goes on and says that I heard him on 1075 the morning show the other day, and he said that other teams have tried to get her. Like, well, you can't have her. She's ours.
Yeah.
We will keep the entire state of Indiana stocked full of outshine popsicles. Whatever we got to do, just she's not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, we can't lose Caitlin to a team or anything like that. We just want to make sure that we keep getting her coverage over at Basketball She Wrote. And I think Rick's been pretty adamant. Like, if you haven't subscribed, please do that. And of course, Tony, you get like a different flavor of what Tony does too, because he's a beat writer.
Yeah,
he's on the beat 24/7. He's always there. I think the only thing that'll keep him away is either a death in the family or he's getting married. So this guy is so dedicated to his job. And then me and Facci do our thing over here, but like it's a nice mix.
My routine is pretty simple. Sometimes you guys post before I fall asleep, in which case my wife gets to hear your guys' voices as we're trying to fall asleep. And then Tony, if it's a really late night, I'll get you guys and Tony in. But, if not, first thing in the morning, you guys, Tony, anytime there's an episode of Pacers Post Up, Fieldhouse Files, they're all of them provide something, and they're all very good. And then it's not necessarily Pacers specific, but, James Boyd and Kevin Bowen and Jake Query, JMV, all those guys. I mean, it's a great group. I used to love the Paceroos. I'm sad I haven't heard those awesome accents in a while talking about the Pacers. But I mean, you can't beat and even on TV, with JJ and Chris and Quinn, and it's hard.
The sideline guys.
Yeah, sideline guys. They got a new episode this afternoon. I got to listen to this evening, but yeah, it's hard to beat it. And then we got to watch ESPN, and it's like
that's why you got your local flavor. I mean, you've got plenty of local flavor here.
If we could find a way to sync like the TV with the radio call for the nationally televised games, then we'd really have something.
You're talking about like the Pacers broadcast?
Yeah, like if we could just mute Doris and Screaming A and listen to the radio with Mark Boyle and all those guys,
Eddie Gill.
Eddie Gill, that'd be great. Pat Boylan.
Yeah, I mean they do a great job, and it's nice to have a nice variety of people that can cover the game, cover the team, and give you what you need. So that's nice of you to say that. You did tell me off air that you wanted to talk about the interview that me and Facci had last week.
Oh yeah, that man. I mean, the interviews that you've had with Chad Buchanan, have been awesome. Ted Wu, I don't know what it was, but I was locked into that one. I mean, a lot of times I'll listen to a podcast and I'll be, working on something or doing paperwork or something, and I'm listening, but I'll have to back it up 3 or 4 times to catch something that I think I missed. And but that one with Ted, I don't know what it was, but I was just like, I gotta hear everything this guy says. So,
yeah. Anything that stood out to you from what he talked about?
The process of trades and how all of that works, and his background with accounting and all that. It was just all pretty neat stuff to hear about. Just a lot of good information in that one.
Yeah, maybe we can get Chad on to kind of hear his backstory of how things started too. Like I do like hearing stories of how people got where they're at. Yep. Even if it's
when is the Kevin Pritchard interview coming?
Man, KP's pretty tough to get. He used to come on Setting the Pace, and then
hard to lock down.
I don't know. He's he's been talking a little bit more. I'll poke around and see what I can do, but I think it'd be fun just to kind of hear him talk about his path to where he's at now.
We know he watches Caitlin's Twitter, like when she said Taylor and Peter needed the last 2 ways. So if we can get
hey,
get
he's on
Caitlin
Twitter,
get Caitlin to retweet we got to get.
I will say this, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I put out there I'm going to be on Sirius XM Radio with Justin Termini and Eddie Johnson. A couple of weeks ago, I said that I was going to be on there if anyone was interested, and Kevin replied, "I'm interested." So, hey,
there we go.
Yeah, so I mean, he's active on Twitter. So that was
the first time I'd ever listened to that podcast. By the way,
what'd you think?
I liked it.
Yeah, they do a good job.
We need to get you on like the NBA front office pod with Keith Smith and
you've got Keith's email. It's in his DMs or it's in his whatever. You should email him and suggest it.
Yep, I like it when he comes on and on your guys' podcast. It's always good stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that you do get a lot of flavor, like different flavors to pick from with all of the podcasts that are out there. There's obviously some that are kind of on the come up a little bit, like you mentioned, the post up and things like that and whatnot. I mean, there's some shows that I'm sure are out there that we don't even know about that haven't got that much traction yet, or they haven't uploaded enough consistently to kind of like, separate themselves. But if you're doing a Pacers podcast and you're trying to get into that, group of podcasters, hit me up. I'd love to chat with you and connect with you and just build that community because, not one of us is better than the other. So the last thing here that we wanted to talk about tonight, Rooster, we were going to talk about, things you're wanting to experience this upcoming season. I don't know if I kind of stole some of that thunder talking about that Bucks game, but
no, I think the only reason when you were asking me some of the things to talk about, like, it was fresh on my mind because the schedule came out the other day, and as soon as the schedule comes out, the first thing I do, because I have a 10-game plan, but then I usually go to another, 10 or 15 other games when I can, and but the first thing I always do is I sit down and I say, okay, which games do I want this year? And I chose opening night against OKC, although some people know I'm a farmer, so if we're not done yet, or if it doesn't rain or something, I might have some tickets to give away for OKC. But like the big stars, I've got on my 10-game plan, I think I requested the Lakers, and even though I really don't like watching LeBron, but
I
if
like to
nothing
root against
else,
him.
yeah, oh yeah, oh God, it broke my heart when he got that tip in last year, and then we got the Warriors game, Spurs for Wembanyama, Mavericks for Cooper Flag, but as far as like the experiences, I mean, the 10-game plan, that's all usually in the same section or a somewhat close section. So it's like when I'm close to you guys, you and Tony up there in press row, that's on my 10-game plan. But then we'll go lower bowl for a couple games. We'll go Alexis Loft for a game just to check that out. And we've been fortunate enough to be courtside for a couple. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking forward to. So, and, everyone thinks the Pacers aren't going to be very good this year, but, they've been wrong the last 3 years. So why not be wrong again?
What do you think they're going to finish record-wise?
My prediction was 45-37. I listened to your guys' podcast this morning, and I even asked you what your guys' final record predictions were. But again, sometimes I don't catch it all, or I'll get a phone call, or I'm driving a semi and I don't have time to catch every detail. So I don't remember what your guys' predictions were. I know most of it you were over 500. I think Facci ended up 500 or better. I will say this.
I want to say he was like 41-39 maybe, and I was 43-37 with the 2 playing games. Still played.
Yeah, I factor in the playing games. I don't go game by game. I have a general. I think we're going to end up here, and I think 45-37. I will say this: I will be more shocked if we are under 500 than I will be. You saw the Ringer article where they said they predicted we would win more games this year than we did last year. Hey, finally someone gets me. But,
was that you that wrote it?
No.
It wasn't your alias pen name?
No, but whoever it was, I mean, great minds. You know what I'm saying? But
so you think they're going to get 50 wins? I mean, that's what they said.
Well, I don't know that I don't know I will predict 50. I'm saying 45-37.
Yeah.
But I will be more shocked if we finish under 500 than if we finish over 50 wins.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I think I landed at I would split both of the not playing games, the NBA Cup games that they're going to have to add to the schedule, because whether they're in the NBA Cup or whether they're getting scheduled those other 2 games randomly, like they had the Pelicans game last year and somebody else, I said I think I would split those, which make them 44-38. So not much different than you. I still think they're an above 500 team. I have them floating around like the 6, 7, 8 range potentially. It's just when I look at the Eastern Conference, like I don't know where to put them. I'm curious where you would put them.
I hate to be this vague, but I'd say 4-6. I mean, that's not real vague. Again, I think there's a better chance we end up in 3 and 4 than we end up in the play-in. I mean, who else is out there? Do you think the Bucks, with Giannis questionable, Doc Rivers, is Doc Rivers team ever going to perform like they maybe should? I see people picking the Sixers above the Pacers. Is Joel Embiid in the league anymore?
Man, the Sixers are the toughest team for me to predict, because if they can
say them and the Heat. I mean,
yeah, I'm not really worried about the Heat. To me, like the Heat are just like forever embedded. Like they're just like forever ingrained in like the 8 to 10 range for me right now.
Yeah.
When I look at Philadelphia, like they honestly, on paper, might have the most talent in the Eastern Conference when healthy. Now that's a big when healthy, but you're talking about you're talking about Maxey, Paul George, and Joel Embiid.
But again, I mean, Paul George is, if healthy.
Trust me, I get it. I'm saying on paper, if healthy.
What year was Paul George drafted? I can't believe I have to ask that. I forgot.
Forget? 2010.
That's what I thought. Okay, so I saw today John Wall retired, and that left one player from the 2010 draft still in the NBA.
Yeah,
it's Paul George.
He's getting older, 35.
He's
but still
getting older
in the league.
Yeah, but Kevin Durant hasn't tailed off like PG did. I mean,
No, but he's had a massive Achilles injury. So
let's hope Ty ends up
okay,
having a
Ty's young. Ty's young.
yeah.
That's a big
Well,
difference.
you know, I know why everyone's saying the Pacers won't do it because they lost their starting center, they lost their all-star superstar point guard. But would you rather have a team like the Sixers that has an MVP level player who has chronic knee issues, and then Maxi's great, PG's on the bubble, but then what's the depth behind them? Whereas the Pacers,
I
we
get it.
can't. We have lottery picks we can't even get minutes for.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I definitely understand the sentiment. I'm trying to be respectful here because we're going to be doing our standings predictions next week. And so there is a world in my mind where the Sixers could be a top 6 seed. Like, it wouldn't shock me if they were. I'm not saying top 3. I would be more shocked if that were the case. But I just
Yeah.
have this, like, it wouldn't shock me if they had a similar record to the Pacers. You know what I mean? Unless they just decided, you know what? We just don't. This group just doesn't have it. We want to build around Maxey. Let's trade Paul. Let's trade Joel if we can. Kind of strip it down. That would make sense. I just don't know if that's how Philadelphia is wired to do things.
Yeah. I don't see it. I mean, everyone's predicting the Cavaliers and the Knicks are going to be the top 2 teams. That's probably how it'll play out.
You don't think there's another team that could spoil that?
The problem with it is you can't predict it because everyone is a Joel Embiid knee or a Jalen Brunson knee or a Cade Cunningham, some quad from just totally going off the rails. I mean,
you can't worry about injuries when you make predictions. You just got to go off healthy and before the
season. My prediction is Pacers 45-37 and 4-6 range on the seed. And
give me a seed.
A seed for who?
The Pacers. You said 4-6.
I just said 4-6.
Lock it in. What do you think?
Well, my favorite number is 4, which is sad given who's worn it for the Pacers. But yeah, 4.
Who's been the best number 4 in Pacers history?
Travis Best.
Okay, that's what I thought.
No hesitation.
Yeah, who's number 2?
Who else has been number 4? Remind me.
Dwayne Washington Jr.
He's up there. He's top 2 of. He's top 2.
Sam Young. Does that sound right? Was Sam Young number 4?
I don't remember.
Were you a fan back then?
I've been a fan since early mid 90s.
Okay, Luis Scola.
Yeah, love Luis Scola.
Where would you put? Okay, Victor Oladipo. Come on now.
Who?
Victor Oladipo.
Who was that? I didn't.
Victor Oladipo.
Nah, I don't. It's not ringing a bell.
So here are the list of Pacers to wear number 4, according to the internet. Got Johnny Newman, Adrian Dantley, Clint Richardson, Richard Morton, Michael Williams, Byron Scott, Travis Best, Eddie Gill, Sean Williams.
Oh God, how did I forget Eddie Gill?
Sam Young, Luis Scola, and Victor.
Travis Best.
All right.
Yep.
He had a significant corner 3 against what team in the playoffs?
Man, I'm 41 years old. I can't.
You can what?
I can't remember the corner 3 against the playoffs. It was.
You don't remember?
I don't remember it. I mean, I remember seeing the shot. I don't remember who was against.
Come on now, that should be pretty obvious.
Next.
It was a 2000 run.
It wasn't the Lakers.
No, it was the first round.
Bucks.
Yeah.
I'll say, yeah. No.
How'd you forget that, Roost?
I just, man, you know how much stuff I've done since 2000?
Not much. It's only been 25 years.
Yeah. 4 kids and a white
championship.
Oh, yeah. We actually just watched Game 7 of the Cubs championship the other night.
What year was that?
2016.
It's almost been 10 years since they won. That's crazy.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not another 98.
It might be.
No.
What do you think of the group this year?
PCA is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He is a
kind of
lot of fun. But
If
man,
you weren't a
he's
fan
fun.
of the Cubs, you probably wouldn't like him.
Well, that's every team.
True.
You
Why
know,
is baseball like that? I feel like everybody just hates everybody in baseball. Like
it's
this
not
universally.
baseball. It's sports in general. I mean,
I don't agree with that. A lot of people like Steph. A lot of people like this player, like that player. When it
I
comes to,
loved Alex Caruso until he was smacking the crap out of my guys in the
well,
finals.
that's what I'm saying. But like when it comes to baseball, it just feels like nobody likes anybody that's not on their team.
No, I've never really been like that. Like as a Cubs fan, we were at the Bananas game the other night, and they brought out AJ Przinsky and Mark Burley, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool."
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it'd be a
like
lot
former
cooler.
players. They're not
Be a
current.
lot. Well, that's true. Be a lot cooler if it Wrigley and it was Rizzo, but you know,
Yeah, or like
yeah,
if you were in St. Louis and they brought out Yachty or Molina, that'd be pretty cool.
yeah. Yachty was pretty fun.
Did you
I'll
like
give you that.
Yachty?
Yeah.
I liked the energy he played with. You know, always
That's what I
really
said. Like,
rough
there's
with
a lot of
feathers.
MLB players I like that aren't on the Cubs. But I'm not as intense about the Cubs as I am about the Pacers. You know,
Well, we know that. Where'd you get that white boy shirt at?
T Public, I think.
I might need to buy one because next Wednesday is TJ
Oh yeah,
McConnell night at Victory
TJ
Field. I'm gonna
McConnell
be
night.
there. You gonna be there?
I wanted to go. My first Indians game was only like a few weeks ago. But then when they said, yeah, it's TJ McConnell night, I was like, oh my God, the 27th, we got to be here. But I forgot I'm going to be in Decatur, Illinois for a farm show that day. So,
Oh man,
yeah.
that's my birthday, man.
The sad part is it's actually closer from Decatur, Illinois to Indy than Decatur to my house. So you never know. We might just,
How far do you live from the field house?
90 miles.
Well, that's not too bad.
Well, it is if you're driving there 40 times a year.
It's a lot of driving. I mean, what's the trip like for you on a night? Like when you get done with the game, like 90 minutes to get home?
Yeah. Yeah, probably 90, maybe a little longer, depending on traffic. It was real bad when we had that tornado.
Oh yeah.
But
And you've gone to Milwaukee a few times, right?
once we went to Milwaukee for would it have been game 5 in the year before this past
When
year?
we were up 3-1 and we lost game 5 and you were
Yeah.
there for that. Got your top.
Parking my Dodge Durango in the parking garage, parking it backwards so no one would see my Indiana Pacers license plate and bust my windshield.
Were you that worried about it?
A little. It's Milwaukee,
Yeah, they're pretty weak fans though. If you're actually there, like the ones online are different, but people in person, like I was there for the in-season tournament game, NBA Cup game, whatever. Pacers made a little bit of a comeback. I started getting real loud. Nobody said anything to me. I walked right into a bar, had food. Nobody.
Were you wearing a shirt that said "F the Bucks"?
Well, that's true. I wasn't wearing that. I was wearing a Milwaukee green colored shirt.
You wore Milwaukee green?
I did. It was green, yellow, and black.
Oh my Lord!
I was incognito, man. I was a chameleon.
Do you wear Cubs hats when you go watch the Cardinals at Wrigley?
I wasn't wearing a Bucks shirt. It just was a Bucks color. Difference.
Well, that's the same thing. You're
I can walk in
representing
with a red and blue shirt and root for the Cardinals.
Well, I won't tell you on air because it's not appropriate, but I will tell you later in private what happened with the Bucks fan at the Bucks game in Milwaukee.
Okay. Well, we're gonna save this one for setting the pace after dark.
Yes, very much after
Go to
dark.
bed. We'll come back in 5 minutes and hear what Rooster has to say. But do you have anything you want to say to Facci? I know he's not on this episode, but anything you want to say to Dr. Facci?
Do you see the little exchange with me and him and Kyle Taylor today on Twitter?
I did not. What happened?
Kyle Taylor said something about being from New York, living in New York City, one of the perks of it. And I said, well, I'm glad to hear that you're from New York City because at least now I know there's 2 people from New York City that aren't insane between you and Facci. And it spurred some kind of a Kyle Taylor was like, no, Facci's from New Jersey, and Facci's like, no, don't lump me in with that Jersey stank, and I'm like, whoa, I've created a borough war here. What's going on? And I was like, look, fellas, I live in a cornfield in rural Indiana. Like everything on the East Coast is New York City to me. you know.
Right. I feel the same way. I've never been to New York, if I'm being honest with you. And what's really funny is I did an interview for the Indianapolis Business Journal. Derek Schultz interviewed me about, my path and how Setting the Pace got started and whatever. And I was talking about Facci in the interview, and I said in the New York, New Jersey area. And when I said New Jersey area, they put that in the article, and Facci was like, "You got that wrong," So it's like
They
I
act like
guess,
there's turf wars between them, and meanwhile, if I was the same distance from them where I live, I would think they were my next door neighbors.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll just call Facci a Washington, New Jersey guy. I think that fits him pretty well.
Well, yeah, that Wizards fandom, it's pretty. I'd like to talk for just a second about the sacrifice that I made, where I now get emails from Washington's sports department on a regular basis because
You can
4 years
unsubscribe to
ago,
those emails, just so you know.
well, I've blocked them a few times, but they're the Wizards. They got to drum up business somehow.
Yeah. So if anybody doesn't know, the backstory of this is probably 3 years ago now at this point.
Well, it was when they finished 35 and 47. So that would have been 3 years
seasons
ago.
ago. Yeah. In the off season, Rooster bought me a Pacers custom jersey with my name on the back with the number 1. And then he bought
Which would be
Facci.
a good background right now instead of that.
No, this is beautiful. This is great. I love the look of this.
I have a headache.
I'm looking great right now. I'm looking really attractive. But and let me tell this story real quick. So Rooster buys me a custom custom Pacers jersey with my name on the back of it. And then for Facci, as a joke, because we used to tease Facci about being a Wizards fan, he got a custom Washington Wizards jersey with Facci's name on the back of it with number 1 on it. And Facci got it in the mail. He had seen that I got mine earlier, so he was pumped. Facci gets his in the mail, and he is, kid you not. Like, he's mad like a little kid. Like the guy is texting me like, "Are you serious? This is ridiculous. This is not even funny. Why would he think this is funny? I'm not even showing this. This makes me so mad." Like Facci was legit mad. I'm like, "Bro, it is a joke. Just wear the dumb jersey on the podcast. It's so funny." Like, what?
I've never heard this before, but you see how I'm now laughing and crying a little?
Yeah. He was.
That's why it's so funny, Facci.
Well, he ain't gonna listen to this anyway because he doesn't listen to the shows he's not on. So I just started laughing because I'm like, bro, it's so funny. Like the fact that you're that mad about it makes it even funnier. So Facci ends up like refusing to wear the jersey, and then Rooster gives him the greatest opportunity here to trade the jersey in for a Pacers jersey if he wears it to a Pacers Wizards game. Rooster was willing to pay not only for his tickets to the Pacer game, but his tickets to fly him out from New York to Indiana to watch the game. And Facci said, "I refuse to wear this jersey. I am not a Wizards fan." I mean, can you imagine being that stubborn about a stupid sports jersey?
Look, you give me, now granted, that was not going to be courtside seats, but you give me Pacers courtside seats. I was going to say a Giannis jersey, but I don't hate Giannis as bad as I would wear a Patrick Beverly jersey. I would sit on the front row and just every time the Pacers ran past, I would yell, "Subscribe to the pod." If it meant I got to sit courtside for a Pacers game.
Haven't you sat courtside before?
Yeah, but they're expensive, and I want to. So we've done it 3 times. So one time it was my insurance company gave us the seats. We were 5th row behind the basket against the Rockets. Whatever. The second time was the best one. So it was after the Wally Zerbiak fake wannabe all-star comments. So I wore my F Wally Zerbiak shirt, and Mini Rooster and I actually got front row, center courtside. And I'll never forget because he was probably 7 years old at the time, and he's 10 now, and we're watching the game. And they did the thing where they do the seat upgrade. And I'm sitting there literally on the half court line, and Mini Rooster's there, and they do the seat upgrade. He's like, "Dad, do you think they'll pick us?" I'm like, "Dude, we're front row, center court. like, unless Rick gives us jerseys and tells us to start hoisting threes, this is as good as this is going to get, buddy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that one was the best, and it was against the Knicks. And, I gave a shirt, an F. Wally Zerbiak shirt to Tyrese's mom
Okay.
to give to Tyrese. And I still just envision that's hanging on the wall of his gaming room because I know he can't wear it,
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the best. And then last year it was the Sixers game, and someone gave me the tickets. So as a
someone, right? Yeah.
someone, yeah, but someone gave me the tickets, and as a pay it forward thing, I went out and bought a bunch of tickets and donated them to fans. And we got to keep the good deeds rolling to keep the mojo. You know what I mean?
It was nice of you to do that. I think you actually texted me though and said you shouldn't have bought as many tickets as you did because then you didn't have playoff money tickets. So
Well, looking back, if I had a choice between a finals game for myself or giving away way too many tickets to a Sixers game in January, but hey, karma's the thing. So
yeah,
and it worked out. It worked out because the wife bought me not courtside, but the wife bought me finals tickets for Father's Day. So
boom,
that worked.
That's a great lady right there. So
yeah,
did she use your money or her money?
there is no my money or her money. There's her money and
her money.
Also her money. Yeah,
yeah, that's what I thought.
But
so you bought
she
yourself
doesn't
tickets, but she did it for you.
But she doesn't get mad when I send Pacers podcasters custom jerseys. So
that is
we'll
nice.
let it slide. By the way, you missed one detail of that story.
What did I miss?
You know, Facci did end up getting the custom Pacers jersey, right?
He ordered the one?
No. After I sent him the Wizards one,
yeah.
A few weeks later, I sent him a Pacers one.
Oh, that's right. You did. He has it still.
Yeah. So see, there were 3 total jerseys. See that? Three total jerseys exchanged.
And we still haven't
got one. That's fine. We'll let it slide.
I know. I did order it. I swear to God, I did. I went online and NBA.com and bought it.
It's in the mail. I've heard it from customers. It happens.
It's somewhere. Someone's got it. Someone probably stole it.
Well, I'm guaranteeing you it looks like a parachute.
Well, it was a Tyrese Halliburton jersey, so I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody stole it. So
well, there you go.
So, all right, Rooster. Well, this was a lengthy episode here, but hopefully fans got to get to know you a little bit better and hear your thoughts on things. So as we sign off, floor is yours. Anything you want to say?
Well, I don't know. You can follow me on Twitter. It's Rooster something at something.
Is it Rooster Barrett?
No, it's like Rooster BRA 812. I don't have any idea.
Rooster Bra 812.
That's the one. I have no idea why that is what it is, but I set up Twitter right after I watched Top Gun Maverick, so that's the best we could do. So
yeah, okay, well that makes sense. All right, everybody, follow Rooster there. You can follow me at Alex Golden NBA, Facci _FACCI. Our podcast is at Pacers Pod STP, and Rooster, you know how we end our shows here on Facci's on it. So if you're hoping the Pacers can get that 45 win threshold, like you said, and maybe even exceed that, then hit me with those 3 words.
The Cardinals suck. Just kidding. Let's go Pacers.
Let's go Cardinals.